Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines. Today I'm going to talk about how to travel to the Philippines. First off, you got to find a good airline. I fly through usually EVA Air or Asiana Air, not to be confused with Asia Air. I'm not saying they're bad, I just never flew through those. Or Korean Air is a good one. EVA Air will fly through into Taiwan. You don't fly direct to the Philippines. You got a layover. It's a 13-hour flight to Taiwan, and then you lay over for usually a few hours, and then you fly on to your destination on another plane going to the Philippines. It's a good idea to get a late evening flight. I get on an evening flight like at 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. EVA Air leaves at 1 a.m. and you sleep on the plane and you wake up and you're in Taiwan basically, and then there it's 6 in the morning, even though you lost about 5 or 6 hours or whatever, and it's the next day. So you got to remember that. If you're trying to book your own flight, I would actually recommend going through a travel agent the first time if you're doing it, because you got to put in your passport and there's a whole bunch of things that you got to do. In fact, when you're starting your first leg of the journey, like when I fly from Anchorage, I got to go to Seattle first, and in Anchorage I have to tell them I'm on an international flight. When I fly on Alaska Airlines to go down to meet EVA Air out of Seattle, I have to let them know that this is an international flight so they can do the whole passport thing. You know, they photograph your passport, take a copy of it. So remember that. Also remember, when you're flying to the Philippines, within 72 hours you have to do the e-travel. It's on eTravel.gov Philippines, and fill it out. It's all self-explanatory, but you have to have that and keep that a screenshot on your phone so you can show them when you get there. They won't let you board the plane. Also, you need a return ticket or an onward ticket. You can't just fly one way there. The airlines won't let you on the plane. They'll ask you where's your return ticket or your onward ticket. And you have to have one. And if you don't have one, you're going to be scrambling right there at the desk trying to get a ticket somehow. But anyway, once you fly in, also, instead, if you really don't have to fly through into Manila, do not do it. You can fly into Cebu. It's in more of the southern part of the Philippines, but you can get a cheap flight from Cebu to wherever you're going. Unless you're going to Manila, then I guess it makes sense to go to Manila. Or if you have to, fly into Clark. That's not a congested airport. But that Manila airport, there's like 3 or 4 terminals, and you better have 5-6 hours in between your flight if you're going to an onward destination other than Manila, if you fly into Manila. It's a scary situation. I flew in there once, and I got off of the plane and went down, and they have shuttle buses going to the terminal you need. You know, you fly in on your international terminal, and you got to go out on a local terminal to your local destination. And the guard, I says, well, when's the next bus? He says, I don't know if you're going to make it. When's your next flight? I told him it's like 3 or 4 hours. He's like, you might not make it. I was like, really? He said, yeah, the cabs are out there. You might want to take a cab. And I thought, damn. And I went over and sat down for a while, and it was only about 10 minutes, and a bus came. So the guy was lying to me. He's probably trying to get a kickback from the cab drivers. But anyway, the bus went, it took about a 45-minute ride. We went riding right through Manila, parts of Manila, the suburbs, I guess. There was Jollibee, there was beggars at the window and stuff with the bus. It was crazy. And we stopped at like 3 terminals. And one of them, and they all weren't mine. The last one was mine. But I got to the terminal that was mine, or one of the terminals we stopped at to let some passengers off. There was a line coming out the terminal door of the airport and down the road as far as I could see. And that was at night too. That was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So the line would have been crazy. That was just to get into the terminal. Not even your line to your airlines. That was just to get in. And you do need to show a boarding pass to even get in the terminal. You can't just walk into the terminal. You have to have your phone ready with your ticket on there to show the guard so that you can walk into the terminal. So these are some things to think about. If you can fly into Cebu, that's a nice airport. It's not that congested, and it's the local terminals to fly around the Philippines. You know, if you fly in, that's the international terminal. You can walk it's only they don't even have a shuttle bus. They walk, it's like just a block away. and you carry, you'll be sweating. If you bring a lot of luggage, you'll be sweating, huffing and puffing. You'll just be, I would drenched in sweat. But you can literally walk over and then get into that terminal, which is no big deal. But flying into Manila is a big deal. I would highly recommend you fly into Cebu if you're going into that area at all. That'll really save you a headache. And as far as bringing what you bring, you're not gonna need nothing. You only need 3 pairs of shorts, 3 or 4 pairs of underwear. You won't wear socks. Wear the pair of socks and a pair of jeans that you're wearing. You're not going to need a coat, but I bring a coat because I have a zipper pocket on the side. On the inside, it's a thin windbreaker, and I can put my wallet and my phone in there. And the airports and airplanes are cold too, so don't think you're going to get on the plane with shorts and flip-flops and a tank top, because you'll be shivering on that 13-hour flight. It's a good idea if you're leaving from like Seattle or something. You want to bring a hoodie, to just have one, and a thin coat, and probably pants and socks and shoes. You can use the hoodie for a pillow when you sleep too, and the extra coat, bring it, just carry it if you have to. If you're hot, carry it, and then you can use it as a pillow to sleep. They give you a pillow, but it's small. But anyway, that's what my thoughts on the situation is. And like I say, as far as what to bring, just some thin clothes. You don't need much. You don't need a bunch of pair of jeans. You don't even need a suitcase. I do not bring a suitcase. I've flown in about 7-8 times now into the Philippines, and I've never once brought a suitcase. I'm retired here, and the last time I flew in, I didn't bring a suitcase. I bring a carry-on. Here's my bag, a carry-on. My whole life is in this bag, and I don't need anything more. In the Philippines, toothbrush, that's it. 3 pairs of shorts, 3 shirts. Do remember to get one that has a lock. You can lock. This is a good sturdy bag. It's very strong. It's like a heavy canvas. I'd get something like this. It's pretty secure. They could cut it, I'm sure, but it wouldn't cut easy. And it holds up real good. And these locks, you see, you can lock your zipper. And these are the international locks. You can get these, and you have to have these. TSA won't allow you to put your own padlock. You have to get these TSA approved locks. Everyone has the key to one, but keep a spare key. Keep 2 keys. They come in a set of like 3 or 4, and the key for each one. Carry an extra set of keys with it. 1 key in the bag, maybe 1 in the bag, 1 in your pocket, and then 1 on your anything else, a coat or something, so that you're not stuck, because you're going to need to get into it sooner or later in the airport, and if you lost your key, you'll be kind of screwed, although they'd probably have a key, no problem. But that's the kind of bag I use, and my whole life is in this bag. And for traveling, it's so simple. You don't have to go to the baggage claims, and if you have a connecting flight, go down and hope you're going to make your bag, and if it don't show up, you're screwed. Don't take the chance. You don't need a bunch of junk. When you pack ahead of time, you're gonna, if you're ready to go to the Philippines, you're gonna pack and you're gonna think of all these things I'm gonna need. No, you don't. You don't need it. If you have medication or something, bring that, and just your 3 or 4 pairs of shorts, 3 or 4 tank tops, 3 or 4 pair of underwear, your extra pair of glasses if you need. If you wear glasses, bring some extra glasses. Any medications, and that's literally, and money. Also, tell your bank you're leaving, where you're gonna be. My bank is Global Credit Union. They don't hassle me. It's a global deal. I can go anywhere, and if you can, get a bank that'll send you text codes instead of the phone codes, because your phone ain't gonna work unless you get one of them expensive plans overseas. But for me, on Global Credit Union, they'll text me a code and ask, is this you? And I text back my code through them, and my cards work fine. And they never even asked me that for in an ATM. I can put my card in an ATM overseas, and I don't even get bothered. It's if I log into my bank account on my phone, then they'll send me the text code, which is better than the phone call code, because my Alaskan phone number doesn't work here. I gave that up. Also, another thing you might want to get is these bags. This is it's a strap around. It wears for your belt, around your belt, like this, and you can put it under like that, so people don't know where your money is. I see all these people that wear these man purses, and they're very common here. Even the Filipinos, they all wear the man purse, and it comes around straps here, and you got this bag here, but everybody knows your bag's right there and your money's there. And I know me jumping in and out of a trike or something, I'd be getting it caught and hang myself, or somebody sitting next to you could possibly get into it or cut it without you knowing it. When that sling is slack, you wouldn't feel it, you know. So I wouldn't go with a man purse. I would go with one of these. They don't look like they're real strong or anything, but the strap has never let me down. It's a elastic strap and it just clips. It don't look real strong, but I've done 8 trips with this, and it's underneath your coat and it ain't stressed out. You would really know if someone's reaching under your shirt to grab your money. So you'd know it rather than somebody tapping on your shoulder. If you're in a crowd, maybe bumping into people, you wouldn't notice it on the side, but underneath, they don't know it's there. Out of sight, out of mind. That's my theory, and it's worked great for me. It has 2 compartments. One, you can put some small money in there, so when you need to pay something, you don't have to pull out your main money. And then here, in this other one, you can put your wallet, your phone. I put my phone and my small wallet. You don't need a big fat wallet like you see George Costanza use. Just get you a little thin one. In fact, I'll show you mine right here. Little tiny wallet. There's some Filipino money in but this tiny little wallet's got my cards and everything right in it. It's just small. It holds my cash right there. Very small. It's easy to hide, probably easy to lose, but I've never lost it because I keep it locked in this bag here. So that helps you out. Anyway, but them are just some of the things to think about. Anyway, get to the Philippines. Don't bring a lot of money. All these fools will tell you, oh, bring 10,000 in cash because the ATMs might not work. And no, the ATMs, get some ATM money out of the ATMs in the airport. They're always working. There's probably 10 of them there. You'll find one that has cash. They're always full of cash. In my experience, I've never walked into an airport ATM that didn't have cash in it. Make sure your bank will that bank will take your card though. But if it's a Visa, you can no problems at all. So do bring some cash. You know, I'd bring about 2,000, 3,000 in cash, $100 bills if you can, and get one exchanged when you get into the airport. They'll have an exchange in there. The exchange rate ain't that great, but it's good enough. You'll need to exchange at least one and get some, or maybe not just one. Maybe get about 400 in cash. Exchange $400 bills. Bring 2,000 or 3,000, and exchange maybe 400 in Philippine cash, just so you have some cash to get out and get you a hotel room for the night. Because everything here is cash. A lot of these hotels won't take it. The trikes, every small business don't take credit card and debit cards, and it's a good thing not to. I don't really trust giving them to any of the small places. The bigger hotels, they'll take it, but then again, sometimes they'll write the card number down. That's crazy. I wouldn't do it. So exchange some money so you have some pesos to just get you started, and then from there you can exchange the rest at a different place. That probably give you a little better exchange rate if you're worried about it. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, don't bring a lot of 10,000 because it'll take you a long time to spend that, you know, or guard it. How do you guard 10,000 in some seedy motel in Manila? You don't want to have to be in that situation. You could lose, you know, even if you lost a few grand, that would suck, but it wouldn't suck as bad as losing 10 grand or something like that. And 10 grand wouldn't last, you know, 3 grand would last you 2 months here. You wouldn't need 10. By then you'd have your bank account all figured out. You could call the bank with it and your new cards. Even if you lost all your cards and everything, that 3 grand would last you 2 months. You'd have a home. The hotels ain't that expensive here. You can find a good room for $30, $40. It's not that big a deal. The food's really cheap, so you could eat and live in a hotel until your new card came. So I wouldn't worry about that, and don't bring huge amounts of money that you're not willing to lose. If you're a rich man and 10,000 is nothing to you, go ahead, bring it. I don't care. But personally, it's a lot of money to me, and I'd rather not lose it, and there's no need for it for me anyway. Also, I have 2 bank accounts. I have 2. I opened a business second account with my same bank, Global Credit Union. It's a business account. So I have 2 bank accounts. Each of those bank accounts has a debit card. So I have 2 debit cards. I have PayPal in case I need that. I signed up. I have Western Union. That one you can send money to yourself. Remitly you can't unless you have a address here in the Philippines, then you can. If you don't have an ID, a Philippine ID, you can't send money to yourself. Keep that in mind too. So, and also I have a Wise card. Thanks, Geo. He pointed that out to me. You can have Wise, but that can be hit or miss too. I've had it some places not accept my Wise card online, but I never tried. I know you can send to bank accounts. I've done that. You can send directly into someone's bank account if you're like trying to send your woman money or something, which probably ain't a good idea. But it's another debit card you can get, and you can put money right into that Wise account just like you can another bank account. So you actually have a third bank account with the Wise card with that Wise debit card. It's a Visa too, so it's legit. Most places will take it, I guess. I don't use it much. I've never tried to get cash, but I know it'll work. But anyway, that's my thoughts from how to do it. There's other ways and other people will tell you different things, but that's the way I've done it. And I've flown here 8 times without any problems at all, without any cash problems at all. I never got stuck in Manila at all. I never had a bad experience, really. And I've stuck to that system all this time. Remember, get the e-travel when you leave. That's one thing you for sure. You need the round trip ticket or an onward ticket. That'll hold you up too. And other than that, it's smooth sailing. Those 13-hour flights are nice. They're long, but they have nice movies you can watch, really good meals. They actually give you forks and knives and spoons, real metal. You could hijack the plane with your metal knife if you wanted to. I can't believe they do it. But here in leaving Seattle, they give it to you. So, you know, the airlines are pretty good around. If you get a good one, don't take the cheapo flight. I wouldn't do it. And just pick a good one. Like I say, I have experience with EVA Air. I have experience with Asiana. And I heard Korean Air is good too. I've never flown with them. I'm not getting paid or affiliated with any of these bags or anything I'm showing you. This is just me showing you what I used and what has worked for me. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, in this little pouch, this has a key thing for you. This is where you keep your key. This is the key for your bag, to open your bag, locked bag. This is one of the TSA locks. You can put that in there, and you can put any other key on this keychain too. That's what I highly recommend you do. So that way you'll always have your key. You won't lose it. It'll be here. It'll be strapped to your belly. You can get into your bag or any other keys that you need to have there. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you like, share, and subscribe, we'll see you in the next one. For now, bye.